Hey, it's Lila here, doing a spotlight on Milcham from the Ashes of Hearts. This is a submission to Otome Jam 2023. There is a video about it, so we're going to go ahead and have a look at that. Milcham from the Ashes of Hearts. Koichi Morita, songwriter. Kei, vocal. Koichi Morita, bass guitar. Shizumi Haku, Your Life Now Belongs to Me. Hirokai, One Lie is Enough to Question All Truths. Lying, Me, well maybe, who knows. Hiroki Rogu. Carpe Diem, I live for the present. Strength isn't all about brute force. That's so uncouth, especially for a lady. After all, I'm your teacher, aren't I? It's my duty to protect all of my students. Can't you just leave me alone? I can't help to find your curiosity endearing. I shall prevail. Wow, that is so professional. That's amazing. Okay, cool. Let's have a little read. So, born and raised as an orphan, 16-year-old Yuna knows how to dream of having a real education is vain. Living day by day in a small beach town near the kingdom capital, one of the biggest and richest kingdoms in the continent, was hard enough, let alone having the chance to go to school. She is, after all, the unwanted, the lowest rank in social status in her country's caste system. One day, after a tragedy that almost killed her, suddenly a man came to her offering a chance of a lifetime to attend the most prestigious magic and alchemy school in the kingdom. Little that she knew, she was being sent into the eye of an upcoming storm that will change the whole structure of the kingdom itself. Wow. Cool. Okay, let's give it a whirl. Okay, let's bring this baby over. Okay, gonna check my settings. So I have a need for speed, so I like things nice and fast. Music, I don't like the music too loud, so I tend to have that low. Yeah, I think that test is all good. So I'm reasonably happy with that. It looks like mostly the Ren'Py out of the box graphical user interface, but obviously it's been tailored, so you've kind of got the golden writing theme, which looks really cool, so let's give it a shot. We'll go and press start. In all chaos there is cosmos, in all disorder a secret order. Spring 2019. Whoa, the odour of smoke hung heavily in the air. A girl was lying on the floor. The fires are getting closer. I need to get out, but how? Am I going to die here? No, I'm not going to die here. Not here, not now. She stares desperately at her legs, firmly trapped beneath a wooden pillar. She's aware of how dire her situation is. Impulsive as always, she wasn't thinking when she ran into a burning building to save her friends. At least she was glad everyone else had managed to get out safely. She would have followed them too, but then she recalled the book that the Baroness had kindly loaned to her. In a split decision, she turned around to go back for it. The consequence of that decision led her back to the position she was in. Some sort of water magic? She attempts to use magic, fails to call up anything more than a few bullets of water. She never really had the chance how to learn to use it. If only I knew real water element spells. More falling debris. The flames continue to grow. I don't want to die. Please someone help me, anyone. You're not going to die. A familiar voice calls out to her. A cold shower of water washes over her, dousing the fire. Eri-nani-san, why are you here? Why does that matter? Why did you go back after everyone else had escaped in the first place? You've no idea how I felt suddenly realizing you weren't with us anymore. Your book, I wanted to save it from the fire. My book? I want to scold you so much right now. We need to get out of here. She quickly assesses the situation and the huge pillow at the top of her legs. With all her might, she tries to lift it up. She isn't going to give up. It's too dangerous. You need to get out while you still can. Shut up and let me concentrate. I'm not leaving you here to die. She whispers a magic spell. Two small geysers appear beneath the pillar. Their combined forces manage to lift the pillar just enough for Yuna to move her legs from out beneath. Erina bends over, examining her legs. Nothing seems broken. Grab my hand. We need to move out now. You? Don't worry, I'm okay. You're not fine. She chants a healing spell. That should help a little bit. Thank you, let's go. Oh, after this I'm going to train you extra hard on how to use your talents better. Be prepared. Why are you being stubborn about treating me? Oh, that's so sweet. So she lights up when she's talking? And then she lights up when she's talking. Wow, that is cool. Why are you being so stubborn? You're a noble, while I'm nothing more than a lowly fourth-class citizen. You shouldn't be wasting your time on me. Even in this kind of circumstance, you still have the power to argue. How many more times do I need to tell you the proper education with your talents? Without it, the chance of them will be wasted or worse, a danger to not only yourself but everyone else. Stop being so stubborn. Another explosion. Oh no, what should we do now? There's a slight opening under that pillar. Crawl under it. It's the only option we have. Okay. I'll go first so I can pull you up. She casts a spell. There we go. Now let's keep going. The exit should be somewhere. I'm sorry for dragging you in the mess. Rather than apology, I prefer you to say yes to my offer. Let me teach you properly how to wield your power. Fine, you win. That's the start. I can only teach you the fundamentals of magic. I've also sent a proposal to my younger brother. I'm hoping to hear good news for him soon. Your younger brother? Proposal? Don't worry about that for now. Let's focus on getting out of here. Look, let's get out faster. The ceiling is raining down on them. Look out. Everything happens so fast. She catches a glimpse of Erina. No. God, I hope Erina's okay. She calls desperately through the debris. In the last week of the spring, 2019. Mysterious man. Such a blissfully ignorant girl, sleeping so peacefully in these kind of circumstances. Wakey, wakey. Man watches a sleeping girl. What a troublesome kitten. You should have died and that fire made my life easier. Killing you now will only arouse more suspicion, even though it's easy enough to do. Lucky for me, I don't have to kill you myself. The man in the shadow takes out a vial. As he steps closer, the yellowish liquid lights up like a jewel. He draws up the liquid. That should settle it. Goodbye, little kitten. If the plan goes well, it'll be the last time we see each other, since you'll be dead like you're supposed to be. And out he goes. When Yuma rouses, the scalding pain on her back, her body automatically jolts. What's this thing here? Strangely, her voice was nothing but a grunt. Where am I? A door suddenly opens. Nurse, you finally woke up. Guess that answers my question. How did I get here? Erina-san! Excuse us. Two men enter, but they don't look like doctors or nurses. The older guy has a strange odour, mix of tobacco and blue cheese. Younger one looks clean and nervous. Great timing, she's finally woken up. I'm sure you're wondering who we are, so let's make it brief. We're from the police headquarters. I'm Detective Tiger, and my partner here is Detective... I can't pronounce these names. Hass. He flashes his badge. Detectives? Hass, go there and do your job. Yes, sir. The younger detective scrambles. What's this saying? Oh, it shows a piece of paper to her. Arrest warrant? What's going on? Before she can react, the young man has already taken out his handcuffs. He slaps one cuff on her left wrist, the other to the hospital bed railing. Yuna-san, you're under arrest for the death of Baroness Suzima Erina-san and the arson incident that happened at the Ringo Nohana orphanage. You're being personally held responsible. The The fire not only resulted in the death of the Baroness, but also damaged more than 10 houses and caused monetary and physical loss to 10 families. Therefore, you'll be taken into custody. Wow. Oh no, Arena's son died? Are you listening to what I'm saying? Do you understand? He grabs the man's wrist, desperately trying to convey. Why can't I speak? What's going on? Tell me it isn't true. Arena isn't dead. Please tell me it's not true. What are you trying to say? I'm sorry, I can't understand anything you said. Mute, Don't remember reading anything in that file about it. Whatever. It's not going to change the fact it'll be an easy trial. I feel bad for someone as young as her, but I'm pretty sure I know how it'll end. Hass, this is your first case. It'll be walk in the park for you. Her fate's already been decided. The trial is just for show. Being in the lowest ranked caste system in this kingdom sucks. Poor girl. Anyway, we're about done here. We should go and find the doctor and a man in a white love coat. Who allowed you to enter this patient's room? What's with the handcuffs? Uncuff her immediately. This is a hospital. Having her restrained will hinder my work. We're sorry for trespassing, but we can't uncuff her. She's been convicted to arson and murder. I'm sure you don't want anything bad to happen to this hospital of yours, right? Arsonist? Murder? But isn't she Baroness Suzume-san? You must be misinformed. This is Yuna-san, one of the orphans. What? An orphan doing in a VIP room? He turns angrily towards the nurse. I'm sorry, there must have been a miscommunication. There was a lot of injured people that night. I will deal with you later. Then take her away now. I don't want to waste any medical treatment for someone who can't even pay for it. Well, we are here to collect her. Hass, got permission from the doctor. Go and fetch her. Yes, sir. This is the kingdom. The capital is this. Yuna was born and raised in the small seaside, an orphanage. The identity of parents is unknown. Had it happened 3 decades ago, leaving a baby in front of a stranger's doorstep would have meant death. As for the people, the stranger's baby on your doorstep will more be the source of the problem than the poor soul to be saved. The caste system divides people into castes. Being involved with that, the risk of being dragged down to their rank. With the crowning of the king, things started to change, revisiting the social class law, establishing jobs for the lower caste instead of slave contracts. Didn't improve the quality. Not everyone was pleased with this change. Many nobles and royalties wished to stay in power, opposed the king's decision. They waited and expected the king's successor, Hirokai Daiki-sama, straighten the error his father had once created. The new king had his own plan. Instead of abolishing it, he made a declaration. In order to abolish the caste system altogether, he would need to work and make some extensive research so no one would be aggrieved by the new law. Discontentment started to brew in the kingdom. 2019. Days passed. Didn't come to as a surprise. She's never seen a lawyer. Just to legalise her case. She's lost her ability to speak. They didn't even give her a pen and paper to write down her argument. Bounded to the convicted chair, she lost all her fighting spirit. That girl's nothing but a filthy murderer. Death would be merciful. Look what she's done. Death would be a mercy, huh? I hope I can find a new house to live in. Okay, let me... That's getting a little bit loud. Okay. Yeah, return. Not only are the people allowed to hold the hearing, the fire demon is staring at me. I'm scared, Mum. Close your eyes. The fire demon? Wow. She turned towards the judge. Meanwhile, order in the court. Will the jury foreperson? Has the jury reached a unanimous verdict? Yes, Your Honour. Do you find the defendant guilty for death? The foreperson. After reviewing the child, we find the defendant. The foreperson sentence stopped mid-sentence when the doors of the courtroom were slammed open. Everyone automatically turned their heads towards the sound. Squinting her eyes, Yuna gets a glimpse. Young man. Pardon. Please pardon my intrusion. Who is that man? We have arrived. For the next couple of months you will be staying here. Huh? Did I miss something? Okay. Yuna. She follows the man. He barged into the trial. He claimed he brought an important letter from the judge from the Queen herself. The trial was automatically postponed and sent back to jail. The man came to her, much obliged. Just doing my job. If you excuse me, I shall prepare the papers. Why is he here? Good morning, Yuna-san. I'm sure you have plenty of questions. Let's save that for later. I'll introduce myself. Suzumiya Haiku. I'm sure you've had the chance to get acquainted with my dear sister, Arena. Her expression had fallen, avoiding his gaze. Based on the information I got, lost your ability to speak, is that true? That could bear a problem. We shall have that checked as soon as we leave. Leave? What does he mean by us leaving? Excuse me, Baron-san, here are the papers. He handed a medium-sized envelope. Just you one lucky girl. I believe we have all of the requirements? Yes, you have full custody of the girl. Full custody? I won't be sentenced to death? This man is Arena Nissan's brother. Does that mean he saved me? Is that really what's going on here? What does he want to do with me? Well done. I assume all of her personal belongings are already prepared? Everything's inside that envelope, sir. Are these all of your belongings? The last side of the book brought Yuna back to the last moment she spent with Arena, and she had to look away before they saw a single tear that escaped her teary eyes. She was about to nod when she realised something. Ace? Did I actually manage to say a word? Do you need a pen and paper to write down what you're trying to say? Kaita-san, if you don't... Before he could finish his sentence, she grabbed his left arm. Lace. Save your breath. Please bring us paper and pen. The blockage that she had felt. Maybe she should speak again if she tried harder. Necklace, my necklace. Her voice came out quiet. A couple of tears escaped her eyes. She got her voice back. Kaito-san. Forgive me, my lord. I'll go and find it right now. We can skip seeing a physician for your speaking problem, though I have to wonder what's the reason you lost it in the first place. How you got it back at this specific time. Don't tell me you were pretending all this time. What? No. Why would be the benefit of that? Well, I don't know. It's strange in its own way. Excuse me, lord. I believe this is the necklace. He stares at the necklace for a while. He finally gives it to Yuna. Is this the one? Yes, thank you, my liege. Is that everything? She nods. All right, it's time for us to leave. Much obliged. Nothing but the best for you. That won't be necessary. But she's dangerous. She's the fire demon. You can't trust her. Do you really believe that as the Chief Magistrate of Magic and Defence that I won't have the ability to handle her? The Kingdom's Chief Magistrate of Magic? My apologies. I wouldn't dare to think that way. The warden quivered. That should settle it. We shall take our leave. Follow me, Yuna-san. Yes, my liege. This will be your temporary bedroom until they finish preparing. Are you listening? I'm sorry. I understand you have a lot on your mind. Absent-minded is the last thing you should be doing right now. Stay sharp and focus. Why is he like he's going to send me into battle? What did I miss? I'll leave you for now. Get some rest. Dinner's served at 7. He doesn't wait for the answer. Is there something you need? Forgive me. I just want to know about my brothers and sisters from the orphanage. They've already been taken care of or settled into their new home if that's what worries you. Thank you. I don't know how to express my gratitude. No need. It's something the Queen has asked me to oversee personally. It's my job to serve her. Your job is not to worry about them and on yourself. You have a lot on your hands. The Queen did all that, should I ask? You can tell me. The book. Would you mind for me to have it? The Baron gazed at the half-burned book. He knew whom the book belonged to, even though it was charred. Forgive me. Please feel free to ignore my request. He thrust the book towards Yuna. If there's nothing else, I will take my leave. Good afternoon. Oh, the framed picture. So this is your room, Arena Nissan. Your brother saved me from death. Oh, what time is it? 6 p.m. Phew. Take a shower and look presentable. She arrives in time for dinner. Wow, fancy. Nice background. To her surprise, there's no maids, just the two of them in the dining room. What are you waiting for? Sit down. Thank you. As she sits down, she gets a good look. A couple of slightly burnt toast and a scrambled egg. Something that's usually eaten as breakfast and not dinner. Do you have something to complain about? No, it looks very appetizing. I was just waiting for you to allow me to start eating it. Is that something common at the orphanage? Well, I believe it's considered rude, considering I'm a guest here. Also, you're a noble, and I should act accordingly. Go ahead and eat them, you have my permission. We'll have a serious conversation after this. Thank you. Is that good? It is. Today's meal had to be prepared by me. I know it isn't good enough to be called dinner. Time and resources are mostly the reason I don't usually eat at home. My sister was the one who... Saying condolences for his loss feels so wrong. Should I apologise? The man cleared his throat. Anyway, I'm glad you enjoyed the simple meal. Tomorrow we shall get better ones, since the Queen will send her staff and tutor for you. Pardon my rudeness. Why does the Queen have to send her staff and tutor for me? Haven't you listened to my explanation this afternoon? I'm sorry. Raise your head, I'll explain it again. You better listen. I didn't do all this for your benefit. As I've said before, I'm only carrying out the Queen's mandates. I didn't really want to do this conversation at dinner time. I guess there isn't really a right or wrong time. Depending on how you wish to perceive it, the one who saved you is Her Majesty, the Queen. Why, I'm a nobody. Her Majesty found out about your talents all thanks to my sister's letter. Arena Nisan. Nevertheless, you need to understand your so-called second chance of life isn't yours to take freely. Starting yesterday, the Queen is the official owner of you. You will be anything she desires you to be and anything she desires you to do. The life of Yuna, the orphan, has ceased the moment I entered the trial room. She owns me as what, her slave? Is that even making sense? I'm not a thing, and the law, the king himself, decided to abolish the slave law since 2 decades ago. A slave that will get the chance of education in the best school in the kingdom, good food, good clothing, and a roof over her head. A slave indeed you are. But education? When do you even talk about education? Or do you prefer to go back to jail and take the death sentence? Before you choose to take that option, remember your choice will not only be about your own life. What do you mean? Who do you think can give you a new home for your friends from the orphanage in such a short time? She loses the argument. For once she understood the heaviness of her choices. To choose the death penalty is easy if it's all about me, but if it means I drag my mother, Hideko, and everyone else, I don't want that. If being the Queen's slave is all it takes to save them, then I will be her slave without a second thought. I see you are not a stupid girl after all. So here's the first task. Study well at Kuroma Magic, Alchemy Academy, and you'll be useful to her in the future. Don't cause any trouble, don't make a scene that will reveal your true skin. My true skin? What I mean is that no one should know about your shady background besides me, the Queen, and a small group of people. Shady background? What's so shady about being an orphan? First of all, I'm my own person regardless of my status, and being her brother doesn't mean I have to have the same point of view as her. Besides, we both know how she ended up with all her kindness. What's wrong with being kind? You of all people should not. Every action will cause a reaction. Every decision has consequences. If she'd been wise, she wouldn't have got herself killed for saving you. You should leave now if you're done. You're excused. You should go to your room and rest. You have a lot to do starting tomorrow. Prepare, since you need to be a proper lady since you carry my family name. Your family name? Her Majesty decided you should be my long-distance cousin. Lessen the chance of you bringing disgrace to me. Her most trusted tutor to teach you about etiquette, general knowledge and foundation. If there's nothing else you wish to know, I suggest you go to your room. Can I assume you're well informed about your position and obligation? You needn't worry about that, it's clear as crystal. Now if you excuse me, you are excused. I need to say this, I don't care if you think I'm rude or ungrateful. Your sister, even though you called her foolishness, I'll never forget that. She taught me a lot. And even though you've every right to hate me for causing her death, I won't stay silent if you call her foolish. Well, there goes for self-control. How am I going to live a life that doesn't even belong to me? Cool. So I think we are going to save that baby and go back to the main menu. Yeah, so really liking it so far. If you're interested to play this game, you can go to Yui Enajori.itch.io. It's slash Milcham from the Ashes of Hearts. So I really like the story so far because she was kind of trapped in the fire. Looks like her benefactor or her friend, who happens to be really high up in the caste system, came in to save her, but unfortunately lost her life at the same time. She was about to be put on death's row, but then got saved by Irina's brother. All very intriguing. It looks like someone of lower caste having special magical abilities is probably quite rare, hence why the Queen's taken interest. So far looking really good, very intriguing. If you do want to play the game, it's part of Otome Jam 2023. Yui Enajori.itch.io, Black Sash, Milcham from the Ashes of Hearts. I hope you give it a go, give it a try. Looking very promising so far. Really, really impressive video. It kind of reminds me of an anime or like a full-on movie, you know, that's happening for this game. So hope you give it a try, and that's Lila signing out. Thank you.